Is Texas on the brink of surpassing its counterparts and becoming the economic powerhouse of the future? As U.S. companies pivot away from Asian factories and focus on Mexico, Texas stands at the forefront of international trade. With a population exceeding 30 million, the Lone Star State boasts the most Fortune 500 companies in the nation, surpassing even economic giants like New York and California. But can Texas truly outshine the Golden State and become the next economic giant? Let's find out, but before we dive in, it is important to note that measuring the exact economic output of a state like Texas can be a bit tricky. International organizations that usually document national output figures don't do it for Texas because it's not a country. Despite this, exploring the complexities behind a state's economic success, like Texas, is crucial. Texas's economic dominance is not guaranteed, and it faces both advantages and risks, leading to a history of significant economic ups and downs. The state's journey began before it officially became a state, when the land was inexpensive. The promise of opportunity and fertile soil attracted early Texan settlers. Unlike other regions, Texas was allowed to keep its public lands when acquired by the United States, providing a unique advantage. In simple terms, this is the concept of comparative advantage in economic output. Access to public lands led to the emergence of critical industries like cattle and cotton, supported by factors such as railroads, the cotton gin, and the use of slave labor, contributing to the state's first economic boom. While cotton brought short-term profitability, it complicated Texas's path to industrialization in the long run. The state's comparative advantage in land, labor, and logistics made natural resources and infrastructure attractive for business development. This period essentially made the Lone Star State a sovereign nation for 9 years before joining the U.S. As the economy evolved around cotton, other sectors like ranching, timber, and corn emerged. However, relying too much on one industry, whether it's gold, oil, or cotton, can lead to significant problems. Today, while cotton and cattle remain important exports, they are no longer the main growth drivers. Texas successfully transitioned its economy to other sectors such as energy, advanced manufacturing, and technology, showcasing its ability to adapt and thrive beyond its historical dependencies. Many countries and regions struggle to shift away from relying on natural resources, but Texas provides valuable lessons on successful transition. However, it is essential to recognize that Texas had some advantages that many resource-rich economies lack today. One major advantage was its vast land, which became the state's unofficial currency. Texas used the land to reward soldiers, encourage settlement, and fund government operations. Before advanced transportation, the state relied on its open frontier and cultivated land to create trade opportunities with the rest of the country. In the past, global trade and even trade between U.S. regions were less intense than today. Local industries easily met basic consumer goods demands as it was more practical than transporting them on small ships or early rail networks. Texas, however, didn't become complacent, and they focused on getting global trade right. This effort eventually rewarded Texas with the top land port and becoming the preferred destination for corporate headquarters relocations. The land grants from early statehood laid the foundation for today's business-friendly practices in Texas. The absence of corporate taxes and personal state income taxes gives Texas a competitive advantage, especially when companies are deciding on corporate headquarters or relocations. This business-friendly environment, coupled with no personal state income taxes, attracts people and companies. California, in particular, has seen a significant number of households and companies move to Texas, contributing to Texas's record population growth. The state's commitment to higher education, initiated through the creation of 2 flagship systems in the first Texas Constitution, has played a crucial role. Policymakers at the time might not have fully grasped the impact, but these investments have significantly contributed to Texas's growth and prosperity a century later. If the current growth rate continues, Texas is on track to surpass California in population by 2040. The state's investment in advanced manufacturing, facilitated through public-private partnerships with the education system, has positioned Texas as a leading exporter of technology. While it may not become the next California, Texas has the potential to surpass it due to the influence of diverse industry clusters that make its economy unique on various levels. Energy plays a significant role in Texas, both as an asset and a liability. The state is a top producer of wind power in the USA, but it has faced challenges such as extreme weather conditions testing its grid system. Despite being associated with traditional industries like oil, Texas has a rich history of tech innovation. The first electronic integrated circuit was built in Dallas in the 1950s, and the state continues to pioneer critical tech conventions. This has led to increased investment from the state's legislature in initiatives positioning Texas as a dominant player in the national and global semiconductor production race. Interestingly, Texas's first constitution initially prohibited banking and made forming private corporations difficult, contrary to its current free market practices that attract businesses and entrepreneurs. Texas's strategic location in North America has historically strengthened its economy, especially during periods when agriculture, oil, and trade were primary industries. Now, with a focus on advanced manufacturing, companies not only relocate to Texas but also increase their investment spending, fostering innovation. In 2022, Texas exported more semiconductors and electronic components in California, Arizona, and New York combined. In response to geopolitical tensions, particularly between the U.S. and China over Taiwan, the Texas government allocated a $1.4 billion boost to the advanced manufacturing sector through the CHIPS Act. This move aligns with the state's aim to drive global recognition, which is crucial for an economy like Texas, especially in terms of moving goods. With a strong position in advanced technology and manufacturing, Texas has been the top exporting state in the U.S. for 21 consecutive years, with a total trade value of $285.6 billion in 2022. The state's numerous ports of entry, particularly the Port of Laredo in South Texas, further connect the companies with the nation and the world. As U.S. companies decrease their dependence on Asian factories and shift manufacturing operations to Mexico, Texas is poised to maintain its role as a major player in international trade. The state's proximity to Mexico presents both challenges and advantages, as Mexico is both the top destination for Texas's exports and imports. However, ongoing tensions at the U.S.-Mexico border complicate supply chains and create bottlenecks, straining trade flows crucial to the state's economic growth. Border-related economic and political tensions have escalated the crisis with no federal action in sight to alleviate the pressure, making it one of Texas's significant challenges. International trade is vital for the state's economy, supporting over 1 million jobs through Texas's exports and an additional 500,000 jobs in foreign-owned Texas firms. A tight labor market domestically possesses another crisis, with more than half of Texas's business executives citing a skills gap as a hiring impediment in a Dallas Fed survey. Despite these challenges, Texas experiences employment growth twice as fast as the national average, driven by consistent and sustained net in-migration from other states and abroad. Rapid population growth and economic expansion, while advantageous, also pose challenges, particularly in terms of access to natural resources. Demand for water in Texas is expected to surpass supply by 2070, potentially leading to a municipal water shortage, affecting over a quarter of the population if no action is taken. In terms of size, the state's estimated GDP of 2.3 to 2.4 trillion US dollars is comparable to the 8th largest national economy globally. GDP per capita, calculated by spreading the GDP estimates over Texas's population of 30.3 million, aligns with countries like Denmark. Stability and confidence are influenced by Texas's role in the largest global economy, despite competition with other states, particularly California. The state's growth has been strong and consistent, outpacing most advanced economies. In terms of industry, Texas excels, attracting more Fortune 500 companies, particularly in advanced manufacturing. So, that's it for now. Hey, make sure that you like our video, and please share your views in the comment section with us. We also ask that you subscribe to the channel so you stay updated, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.